Hello everyone and welcome to Sophia Loves Makeup. I'm Sophia and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to do my introduction from my Panda palette for 2025 with a little extra included. So for this year Panda palette 2025, I actually decided to go with my Koki Artiste palette in Peachy Queen. And here she is. So this palette comes with 12 eyeshadows. And this is what it looks on the inside. And as you can see, this eyeshadow palette is basically brand new. There is a few usage on a couple of shades because I have started using it this year, and it is the shadows that I'm using currently on my eyes, but it is brand new when I brought it in. So hopefully I will have great progress throughout the year and have an amazing loved eyeshadow palette when it comes to the end of 2025. Now, if you're wondering why I chose this palette for this year, is because last year when I first decided to start panning, I chose my Koki Artiste palette, but it's the Utopia palette. And I would actually like to share with you what this palette looks like after 1 year of me consistently working on it. And this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I was able to do amazing progress. I was able to actually finish 8 out of the 12 shades, and I have amazing progress on the remaining 4. So because I did so well with this palette, I decided to try and pan this palette this year and hopefully have the same success. Because this palette, the shades are very peach leaning and pinky leaning, there isn't very much variation other than maybe this bright like orangey red color here. I personally think that it would be quite boring to just have and work on this palette for a whole year. So what I've decided to do is basically I'm gonna introduce 2 extra eyeshadow projects, and I'll update them monthly together with my Panda palette. And basically those 2 extra eyeshadow projects that I want to include is expand the pan, where basically you expand an eyeshadow that currently has a pan in it. So you basically want to show it more love and expand the pan that it currently has. And I also want to do a Panda palette in order, where basically you hit pan on an eyeshadow before you move on to the next eyeshadow, and you do it in order. So for this month, for month of January, I'm actually going back to my Panda palette of 2024, and I'm actually going to be trying to expand this shade right here, which is Utopia. And I want to basically expand it. I want to make this pan bigger and bigger. Now, I don't know if you're able to actually see, but there's very little eyeshadow left in the pan. So I'm actually pretty confident. I shouldn't say this because I'm probably gonna kick myself in the butt for this, but I'm hoping I'm actually gonna be able to completely finish it this month. But again, if I can expand this pan, I'd be more than happy. And for my Panda palette in order, I've actually decided to pick one of my largest palettes out of my collection, the one that has quite a few amount of shades, eyeshadow shades. And the palette that I chose to do this project with is my Lorella Adventurous Passport palette. And what's neat about this palette is that there's 20 shades, and every single shade is named after a country around the world. Now, I have started this. I have basically started doing this in October of last year. Again, I just wanted to see if I could do it and if I enjoyed it. And this way it also brings a little extra and different eyeshadows to play around with throughout the year. So I'm going to show you what this palette currently looks like. And this is what the palette looks like. And as you can see, as I've been able to hit pan on 3 of the shades. So I hit pan on Italy, England, and Switzerland. And I'm currently working on Ireland. So the whole project, the whole point of this project is I basically have to hit pan on this eyeshadow before I can move on to this shadow. And once I hit pan on this eyeshadow, then I move on to this eyeshadow, and then this shadow, and this shadow, basically hitting pan on this whole palette, but in order. So those are 20 eyeshadows, and hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have pan on every single one of these. Now, because I've hit pan on these 3 shades, I have a good idea of how many times I need to use eyeshadow to hit pan. And what I've realized is that I can actually hit, if I concentrate on it, I can actually hit pan within about 10 to 15 uses. Because of doing that, I can probably, most of the time, hopefully, I'll be able to hit pan on at least 2 eyeshadows in a month. So I'm not going to be, because this is going to be a monthly update video, I don't want to like hit pan, say, on this shade and wait until the next month when I do my update to start working on this shade. So if I hit pan on this shade, say within 2 days from today, I'm gonna just automatically move to the next shade on the project, and so forth and so on. So some months you might have no pans, other months you might have 1, 2, 3 pans, who knows. But again, I don't want to wait a whole month to work on the following shade. So if I hit pan and we're halfway through the month, or even 3 weeks through the month, I'm gonna just automatically start using the next shade in the palette. So that is my eyeshadow project for 2025. So basically I'm going to be working on 2 palettes for the whole year, and I'm also going to be bringing a different eyeshadow every month to work on and expand it. If that is something that you enjoy, if that's something that you are interested in seeing, please consider subscribing to my channel and joining me on my panning journey. And hopefully you'll start your own. Thank you so much for coming to visit me, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.